Hi everyone, this is your girl Rosita Cooper, and today on Living Your Dreams with Rosita, my special guest is Kenneth MEING Big Monster Mitchell. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
I am awesome. So I am so honored to have you on the show. First and
Thank
foremost,
you. Thank you for having me.
you're so welcome. And, you know, there's a lot of young kids out here that's inspired to do bodyguard work. So you will be helping those that have it in their head that they want to grow up and protect others and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
thank you. I thank you. So give us a
Definitely.
little bit about yourself.
I'm a native from New York. From Harlem. Born and raised. Born and raised on 149th Street, right up the block from Sugar Hill. I grew up around cats like um, Mace, Cameron, Jim Jones, um, Puffy. Big L was like literally down the block from me. So I was just fortunate to be blessed in a hip hop culture where the icons was birthed at. So
Yes.
it was just I was just blessed, and you know Harlem, to this day, like I always used to see Pee Wee Kirkland at the Harlem Rucker. Harlem is just a place to be. You know, no disrespect to the other boroughs, but I gotta rep Harlem.
Exactly. You always got to rep where you come from.
Yeah, that's right, Harlem.
Okay, so I know you said as a child and stuff, the neighborhoods were real bad, the drugs and the kids doing what they do, the smoking and all of that. But you had bigger dreams and stuff. You wanted to. Your dream was getting out and doing something bigger because you felt as though you had something bigger for your life. So explain how it is growing
Yeah,
up in that type of atmosphere and how you was thinking about how you was going to get up out of there.
the atmosphere. It was real hard. They said the streets will make you or break you. Um, it taught me a lot. It taught me how to overcome adversity. And what I saw, you know, my peers around me, not to knock the hood, because the hood made me who I am today, but it also taught me that I don't have to be in that type of environment. I don't have to be, excuse me, a statistic of that type of environment. I wanted to apply the knowledge of survival that I learned growing up through the hood and apply it in the corporate world. So when we used to go to school and they have like career day, and I will see like a doctor or a nurse or a police officer. I was that cat that I always was thinking out the box. I wanted to talk to that guy standing in the corner with the Italian cut suit on with the Rolex. I wanted to know what that guy did. So I always wanted that type of dream for myself is being my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I always, like I said, applying the survival skills of what I learned on the streets and just flipped it into a positive way. I tell anybody a drug dealer is one of the most smartest mathematical person that's walking the face of this earth. If I could learn how to flip money and apply it in a positive light, like stocks and bonds, that's the same thing they doing just on the underworld. And
Exactly.
learn those tactics, I could make millions. So
Exactly.
I just took what I learned and just applied it in a positive light. Like I said, the hood made me. I just flipped it in a different way.
Exactly.
To have it looked at in a positive light. That's all.
So was
You
you
know.
that kid that when somebody was getting bullied that you stood up for other people?
You know what? It's funny you said that because when I went to high school, I always was a big guy. So, I played football. So, like, I did things like, okay, like I told you, I always like to use the analogies from the hood and how I used to flip things in a positive way. So I always used to barter. I had a barter agreement with people. So for the guys that was getting bullied and stuff, I used to make deals with them. I was like, look, I'll handle your bully. You know, you tutor me with this homework so I could pass this class. And like I said, I always was a fairly big dude, heavy in the weightlifting. And so, I was the type of cat, like, I would tell a guy that would get picked on, the bullies, I was like, look, that guy right there, I don't care who else you bully, that's my client, that's my boy. He helping me out. So if you messing with him, then you messing with me, and I need to pass this class, so you need to find you another person. But that guy right there, I got his back.
Exactly.
And I always had that barter agreement, in me, so that's how I used to, look out for them cats. They look out for me on one end, I look out for them on that
Exactly.
end,
And see, I had to ask that question because I grew up a fighter and people used to pay me to approach the bully so the bully would leave them alone. So that's why
Yeah.
I asked you that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
at what age did you move out of Harlem? I know you went to Virginia. Was that with Virginia University?
I went to Virginia State University.
Okay.
Um, I left in '99. I
Okay.
left in '99. I told my mom I told my mom I was like, I think I'm ready. I was like, I'm out. I said, you know, I'm ready to get out there and test the waters. And believe me, the waters was rocky. Coming from a big city to Virginia, I thought these cats down here were squares, coming from a big city. But I have grown to love it. Like, I only could be in Harlem. When I go back home, I only could be in New York for like a few days, then I'm ready to come back home. That's crazy, right?
That's how
Or
we.
like, yeah, like, or if I'm going to do a gig or go to an award show, soon as it's over, I might go check a few people out. And I'm like, man, what time this plane leaving in the morning? I'm ready to bounce.
Exactly. That's how I am. I'm in Atlanta, but I go home to Mississippi and visit, and it's like after a couple of days, I'm
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
go home.
I'm ready to go back home. Yeah, I'm ready to get out.
So I know you got a security company, Black Diamond Worldwide Consultant, well, security.
Yeah, Black Diamond Worldwide security consulting firm. And, the company has really grown. Like I said, I got my first start when I was at VSU, and this was on the brink when 50 Cent and G Unit just broke out, and they came down here to the homecoming, and at that time G Unit and 50, they was real controversial, so it was beef all around them, and them cats didn't have no security, like none. And so the promoter, he was a former, he was an alumni at VSU, and he used to come and recruit football players, the O line for sure, because we the one that win games.
Yeah.
And you know, I was again, you know, I was just at the right place, right time, where I was lucky enough. I got picked, and that's how I got my first start in getting in the game.
Okay, so you basically set yourself up for this too, because when you went to Virginia University, you took up criminal justice, so you knew you wanted to be a bodyguard for people.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to be a bodyguard, you know, and help people out and really work for myself, because you know that's where the real money comes in at. You know, I love to take $200 and flip it into $2,000. You know, the first night that I worked for G Unit, you know, I thought I was gonna get a little, you know, $75 or $100 for the night. You know, my first payout from them that night was $800, and I thought I was looking at it wrong. I thought it was like, was it just for, you know, the rest of the team, for me to give the rest of the team? They was like, nah, big man, that's for you. Go get the rest of the guys. I'm like, what? I was like, oh yeah, $800 in one night. And let me tell you, the girl I was dating at the time, I was like, oh yeah, we on now. You know, I was like, we on now.
Nice. So you Jay-Z, Russell Simmons, P. Diddy, you doing your thing.
Yeah, you know, like Diddy, Diggy Simmons. I had the OMG girls, Monica, Michael Bazin. You know, that was big down there back in the day.
Yeah.
I had a plethora of artists that I have provided security for. I mean, even, you know, and not to mention, you know, to put the icing on the cake, you know, I never like to throw her out there. You know, I come from, you know, a musical family. You know, my aunt is Denise Williams.
Nice.
So, you know, all the greatest hits, you know, like the Black Butterfly and Silly of Me, you know.
I love
that. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's all my aunt, and you know, I can appreciate the game because I never came to her and asked her, you know, try to use her for a crutch to get in. I did it on my own, and so now, you know, that mutual respect is there. As far as, you know, I love you, auntie, but you know, I didn't use you to get into the game, so you know, I did it, faith, on my own.
Exactly.
You know, applying tactics.
I know exactly how you feel because I grew up in a family of music, NBA players, NFL, you know, with some of everything, you know, sports, music, and everything. And I didn't use none of my family members. I did what my dad taught me. So where
it feels good, don't it?
Exactly. My dad said, if you do it yourself, then people will come in, the right people will come in to help you. But you just can't ask, hey, I need some help, and it's just an idea. Let them see you doing stuff, and then they will come in. Like right now, me and my cousin, I went to my cousin like a year ago. And I told him, I said, let's write a gospel song together. And he writes for major labels. He wrote a lot of these out. And he was like, okay. I'm like, cool. But my other cousin told me to ask him when I first got ready to do what I'm doing in this industry. He was like, hey, why don't you call? I was like, no, I'm going to call him at the right time. That's when I'm already at a point where I'm confident. I done did some big things myself. Then I can say, hey, cuz.
That's right.
You know? Exactly.
Exactly.
A lot of people
they respect you much better, you know?
Exactly. There's a lot of people that sit back and wait for a handout. you know,
Right.
and use who done put in the hard work as a crutch. And me, now that I have experienced a lot of stuff in the industry, I know it is hard work. So, you know,
Oh yeah.
somebody got to show
It's
me
hard
that they
body.
actually putting in some work for me to just say, hey, cuz, come on, because this is hard, you know, and a lot of people don't realize how hard it is. They just look at y'all glamour when you're on top. They don't
Yeah,
look
they look exactly. They look at the glamour, but they don't see what it takes to get there. Everything
exactly.
I can tell you, everything it looks good when it come out to the public, but them behind the scenes getting cursed out, and you gotta explain why something ain't go right, and yeah, people don't see all that. They don't see
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
What advice would you give somebody that wanted to get into the bodyguard career?
I would definitely say for them to surround themselves with people that's doing that type of job,
Mm-hmm.
and try to learn the craft, and pick up some type of um, martial arts skill. And it's actually two that I love to do. I study Krav Maga, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's a Israeli um, martial arts training techniques. And I also study verbal judo. Verbal judo is your first best defense, especially when providing security for celebrities or any top top executives, is to first know how to diffuse a situation with your tongue. Because yeah, when anything turns physical, now you putting your client at at in a situation where they may have to pay out money.
Uh-huh.
You definitely don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So verbal judo, I would say, is the best thing
Mm-hmm.
to have that skill laid down.
Because
Is to
basically,
learn how
you
to
mentally strength.
right. Because people are gonna talk trash, and you have to be able to rise above that level
Uh-huh.
to talk your way out a situation. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I will be a person. I have been called, mother effers and punk, and that's all cool. I'll be whatever you want, long as you don't lay your hand on my client. You don't cross that line. You cross that line where my verbal judo tactics are no longer in play. Then now I gotta go to the physical part. And when it comes to the physical part, you need to know exactly when to strike and um how much technique you should use to just minimize the threat
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get your client out of there. I always see a lot of bodyguards, and those are my brothers, and they know who they are. Those are my brothers. But sometimes, a lot of bodyguards they get so wrapped up into, when it's go time, sometimes they go over and beyond and, seriously hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the client got to pay out that money. And
Uh-huh.
then now that client is looking at you like, you costing me some money,
Mm-hmm.
when them lawsuits come in. So I only use enough technique to get them off my client, or get them off me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they get to my client, then that means I have failed
Yes. Yes.
as a bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I would say just surround yourself with like-minded people that does the job. Try to learn as much as you can from those people. Ask questions. You
Mm-hmm.
know, take some of them gigs for free. That's how I had to start.
Yeah.
You know, after I got the G Unit, you know, it was other gigs that I got that I was like, look, I'm so good, I'll do one pro bono for you. That's how the testimony, you know. But believe it or not, I before everything was really running steady, I was working in corporate, you know, but I wasn't happy, you know, and believe it or not, I walked away from a 6-figure job. I never forget the day is me and my boy Will, his bodyguard name was Wolf. Big tall white guy, long beard. And I said I told him one day, I said, hey, I gotta take this gig, but you know, they're not trying to get me off my job. He's like, well, what you gonna do? I was like, look, this is like once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm just gonna have to step out on faith and see where the chips fall. You know, if it don't pan out, then hey, it'll teach me a lesson. But if it do, that tests my faith. So, you know, I walked out on the job.
Wow.
I walked out on the job to take this gig in Tribeca in New York. Walked out on the job like I said, once in a lifetime opportunity. Get to meet, you know, plenty of people, you know, and I took the chance, you know, believing that my job was not going to be there when I get back. And, you know, I had some backlash from family and, you know, my mom's. And so, you know, I called my mother to the carpet. And I told my mother, I was like, you know, all these years you taught me to have faith and believe in God. So when I'm finally stepping out on faith, and just because you don't agree with it, I said, if you're telling me not to, then everything that you taught me throughout my childhood life is a lie, is in vain. This is what faith is all about. You know, stepping out there, you know, not knowing where it's gonna take you. You just going out on faith. You know, it's and like I said, I got a lot of backlash from family. They thought I was crazy. Hey, but it worked out for me. It got to me, you know, got me to where I am at today. It worked out. And, you know, I think that was but that was the best decision that I've ever made in my life. Taking a chance, stepping out on faith. So for anybody, you know, if it's something you truly believe in, follow your heart. I mean, because if you don't, you'll always have that voice in the back of your mind saying, what if you would have did it? You know, just do it. You know, one thing I love to practice is the 48 laws of power. You know, and one thing people don't realize with the 48 laws of power, you know, me, I'm all about applying different techniques. So with the 48 laws of power, you're basically channeling something that you see yourself doing in your mind to it comes and manifests to you physically. And on the flip side, all that is faith. You know, seeing these things that are not, you know, calling these things that are not as though they were, you know, and just letting it manifest to your life. So I would tell anybody, you know, go out there. I don't care how many times you fall on your face. You know, a man falls 7 times but still is able to get back up. You know, anytime I fall only to rise again. So, you know, go after your dream. Don't ever just sit back and just settle because that's what you was taught. I don't believe in doing no 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what we were taught. That's tradition. I don't follow tradition. I don't believe in following tradition. I believe in following my heart and what's gonna make me happy. And channel in. Everybody has a gift. Channel in to your God-given talent. Maximize on that. Everybody is born with a gift. Everybody can do something.
That's right.
Just maximize on that.
That's right.
You know, that's where I'm at with it.
Wow. So I was going to ask you to give some inspirational words too. I know those right there words is very inspirational, but I want you to dig deep in your heart and tell somebody something that you know that they can teach their kids. Their kids going to teach their kids. And, you know, it's going to stick with them for them to grow for the rest of their lives.
I would definitely say, you know, like with my children, every time they have a test in school and one of them fails a test, I'm complete opposite. I'm not like most parents. I don't get upset that my children fail. Is actually the reversal. I get and outside looking in, people may will say, you know, what is this guy doing? This guy's crazy. But on the flip side, all failure is to teach you what not to do next time.
Mm-hmm.
Is building you up, is building your character. It's building your foundation to go to the next level. It's to teach you something.
Mm-hmm.
So when my children fail, we go over their work and say, and I tell them, I said, what could you have done better? These are your resources. How are you going to use these resources to overcome this failure? I said, have you never failed? You never would have been taught that what you was doing was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Failure is to teach you to get on the right track, to be guided in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
That is all what failure is.
Mm-hmm.
It's to building the foundation of who you truly are. Because in order to overcome and go to the next level, you must fail first in order to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a train conductor. If I'm driving the train and everybody following me, but I don't have a blueprint, I've never been around the block, how can I take you to a location I know nothing about?
Exactly.
How can I talk to you? And this is what I used to tell, you know, when I used to be in church, when I used to go to church, and I don't knock anybody that do go, but I believe that church is in a man's heart, and it's your own relationship with God. You know, it's not the building. But I tell people, you know, even with church, I told this pastor one time, I said, you know, everything is all good at the end of the day, serving God and everything. I get it. But when I got to go home to an empty refrigerator and I got 4 kids, are you still going to be there for that phone call if I need something? You going to answer your phone?
Mm-hmm.
How can somebody talk to me about coming up through poverty and you never been there? You don't know what a carton of milk costs. You can't tell me how the struggle is.
Mm-hmm.
You was born with a gold spoon in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say maximize on your talent and accept failure and learn from it, because there's blessing in failures. People just overlook it because we were just taught wrong.
That's right. That's right.
Failure is your foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the things that I love that I love about Puffy, you know, a lot of people don't notice when Puffy was living in Mount Vernon, he was driving those Jettas.
Mm-hmm.
That was his first car. Those little box Jettas.
Yeah.
Back in the day, his first car. How Puffy followed his dream, you know, he used to sneak on the train. He used to catch the train from D.C. because he was going to Howard. He used to catch the train from D.C., sneak on the train to New York to go work at Uptown for free.
Wow.
For free. People don't realize that. You're only going to get out what you put in.
That's right.
For free. He took a risk.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will judge that saying, oh, why is he doing that? Sneaking on the train, not paying, but he believed. And look where he's at now.
Exactly. Exactly.
What are you going to sacrifice? That's your failure.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna accept your failure to get you to the next level and build your foundation?
A lot
That's
of people,
all failure is doing is building your character.
exactly. A lot of people that's afraid of failure don't even try, and they miss out on stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't mix out. I tell anybody to call the shots. You got to be a boss.
That's right. That's right.
But before you can lead, you must first follow.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And there's a lot of people, I want to say to the people that's watching, there's a lot of people that also is afraid of success. I was one of
Say
those
that again?
I was one of those people that was afraid of success. I already knew what I supposed to be doing, and I was like, am I ready to get in the spotlight? You know, it is like I know that I grew up in school winning the talent shows and winning writing book contests and, you know, and all of this stuff that I was winning. And I'm like, okay, when I decided I wanted to do this, which I knew as a little girl, but I kept putting it off.
Right.
And kept making excuses.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
Multi-platinum Grammy Award winners that I've been knowing for years that have been saying, hey, Rosita, give me your music. You know, radio stations, give me your music. I want to play your music. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back with you. You know, but.
Right.
So there's no right time for you. There's God right time. And when he's presenting the opportunity to you, it's time to just go for it. You know, so.
Exactly. Just go for it. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's the worst can happen?
Exactly.
You fail just to try it again?
Exactly. And eventually you're going to win because every time you fail, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn from your mistakes. And then you're going to learn what doesn't work, and you're going to pick up on what works.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like you said, you get around people that is doing what you want to do. Like they said, you want to be a millionaire, you get around millionaires. You know, instead of you can't be around somebody that don't believe in you and don't want to do certain things and stuff and expect for them to cheer you on and motivate you to do what you're doing.
Exactly. You got to be around, you know, your like-minded people.
Exactly.
That's going to take you there, you know?
Exactly. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you, big monster.
Oh, thank you for having me. It means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I posted your picture up on Facebook, and this guy that be lifting weights and stuff, he's really big, and he said, he is big. I said, yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate you so much. I am honored that you're on the show. And thank you so much for your inspirational words. Thank you so much for your testimony, because I know that it's going to inspire a lot of people. And that's what this show is all about, inspiring people to follow their dreams or not to give up on their dreams. So I want to end.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm going to end this.
That's
and
right.
y'all have been watching Living Your Dreams with Rosita, with Rosita Cooper and me, Big Monster Mitchell. Yes. And remember, let no one or nothing following your dreams. Peace and love. Peace and blessings.
That's right.
Peace.
Peace.